Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to Dad's Expensive Hobby.
What's up?
Let's talk about the EVO 2026 Las Vegas Storm Arena Street Fighter Alpha3 exclusives in the form of Nash, Dan, and Sagat. And since I'm naming exclusives, I really should call them Image Anime exclusives as well, because from what I understand, they are going to be the only online retailer, that is going to have these in stock shortly after the event. Now, I wouldn't be surprised if shortly after that time point as well that, BBTS or Toyco or somebody else that, I can't think of right now gets their hands on some and has them up for a very quick, now you see it, now you don't type of posting. But Image Anime is who is exclusively getting these releases. And I gotta say, they look really, really cool when it comes to Storm Arena and especially Street Fighter Storm Arena. I am all in anything that they're putting out. I'm trying to get my hands on it, which honestly is behind a bit of the maybe dramatic effect that a post I put up earlier kind of gave off, in that I'm having a bit of FOMO about these. Richie Figs, if you haven't checked out his channel, check him out. He actually messaged me on Instagram earlier and called me out on it, saying, hey, you seem like you're having a little bit of fear or some anger about it. And to be honest, I am a little bit, but it's honestly just because I'm worried about whether or not I can get my hands on that Sagat. I have to have that, win, lose, or draw. I just don't want to have to spend $150 to $200 to get it. And let me go ahead and get the, air quotes, negative portion of this video out real quick, and then we'll quickly go over those, these three figures because they look pretty cool. My first fear is, even though we just had that Hong Kong event over in China, and we had a couple of exclusives there. Yes, here in the U.S., we almost can't get our hands on that unless you've got the Instagram hookup Krauser like that some of us use to get that. You're probably not ever going to get your hands on that for anything close to what its retail was.
Shut up, bitch!
I have a bit of a problem here as well with this Las Vegas slash Image Anime exclusives, in that unless you're going to Las Vegas, I mean, shit, it might as well have been in Hong Kong again, because, I live on the other side of the country of Las Vegas, and I'm not flying there just for a freaking, event. I'm not, that crazy into it, or am I? Anyways, and then they're going to be up on Image Anime, available there shortly after. My problem is, hell, the minute they pop up on Image Anime, they're going to get scalped within minutes. So, again, and I don't have like a super fast trigger finger when it comes to the internet, and I have a job, so I can't just sit around all day, and kind of wait for something to become available on the internet. I know it sounds like excuses, but I have missed out on, I don't want to say countless, but several, exclusive and pre-order type things that really needed, had a tight window for you to be able to get in on it. And I'm positive that I am not the only one. But these things do look awesome. I'm concerned about the availability as far as how many. I thought that it was like there were like 600 of them that were available at the Hong Kong event, and those sold out at the event, pretty much like the first day, from what I understand. Are they doing the same size of a run? Is it going to be 600 of these each? Is it going to be 1,000? How much is it? That, the bigger the number, the less my anxiety will kind of run rampant with this. And again, I'm sure I'm not the only one that's kind of having, again, a little bit of FOMO about it, even though I'm trying to be an adult and not. But let's just get right into them. I've kind of got to rant and get my worries out there. Somebody down in the comments appease me and tell me it's going to be okay, and then I'm going to wind up getting one. But let's start with Sagat. Nothing brand new with him. No new head sculpts, no new accessories. The same set of accessories that came with that red and white one earlier this year. So that's pretty cool. Same head sculpts, all that good stuff. But his skin tone is going to be lighter. I think that is pretty cool. I like that we're going to get different kind of variations in the skin tone. Everybody liked to kind of argue and say that the skin tone was different with the white and red pants versus the purple and yellow from the first release of it. And then other people saying that they're the same. Some people said they're different. All that stuff. I personally feel that the white and red pants were a little bit darker, even in my video, I attributed it to the shading. This one's going to have paler skin and obviously the yellow pants with the green stripe. Not my favorite colorway, but I'll take it. If it's a Sagat, I'll take it. I don't care if they put him in rainbow or camouflage. It doesn't matter. I'm going to pick it up if there's any way on earth I can. Looks really good. Next up is the Nash. I think he looks really cool. I have really been in love with that figure since it was announced, and then when I got it in hand, I fell even deeper in love with it. I've got the white vest with the navy blue pants coming, hopefully, eventually here very, very soon. When I first glanced at this one, I had a knee-jerk reaction and almost kind of got a little bit irritated because when I looked at these pants that this Evo exclusive is wearing, I thought it was that same kind of navy blue as the Hong Kong exclusive, and I started to get a little irritated. I was like, this is kind of cheap. They're just putting the vest from the first release and the pants from the second release together. But the more I've looked at it and I've talked to a couple of people, these are actually purple, so it's not the same. So I kind of had to get off my high horse and not be too tore up there. And again, nothing new with him as far as accessories are concerned. We're getting the same stuff as the Hong Kong exclusive, so it's going to be pretty good. If you didn't get one but get the other, you've got the same, accessories, so you're not going to be out anything. I think he looks really good. And lastly is Dan. I like the original Dan figure. I'm hoping I'll be able to get my hands on the orange Dan. This one has those two new head sculpts on it, the grinning one and the crying one, which personally I think the crying effect kind of looks more like it's war paint or something like that, but it still looks good enough. And this one is just yellow, so it's kind of Lakers Dan. I know Richie Vegas has been predicting a Lakers Dan at some point, and here he is. Again, same accessories, like I said, same fireball, all that good stuff, and all the hands. So these three look pretty darn solid. Again, they're exclusive, so they're going to be kind of hard to get your hands on. If you can get a hold of them retail, highly recommend that you do, because aftermarket is going to be ridiculous, like all the Storm Arena figures have been, at least all the Storm Arena Street Fighters. Are we going to get a Darkstalkers pre-order this week? Who freaking knows? It would be about freaking time. I can't even say I'd be happy. At this point, I'm just kind of irritated that we haven't gotten one. Tell me down in the comments what you think about that, why they're slow rolling the Darkstalkers again. And are we going to get Akuma sooner than we thought? Again, tell me down in the comments what you think about that. But I just wanted to kind of rant for just a few minutes about these, but I think they're going to be awesome. I'm concerned again about whether or not we're going to be able to get our hands on them, but they're really cool. And if we get your hands on at retail, I highly recommend that you do, because these are going to skyrocket. Anyways, this has been Dad with Dad's Expensive Hobby, and I'll talk to you all in the next video.